automation. You can set up automation on MailChimp as well, but I believe there's a little bit of a fee. Automation means that somebody comes to your site, they subscribe to the newsletter, you have already pre-designed the templates that the computer sends to that new person, no matter how many new people they are, okay? And then Bilal talked about this idea of the trigger email, right? What we're gonna get into is when somebody signs up for your email newsletter, should they just get that thank you signed up, or could you give them either an exclusive coupon if you're e-commerce that they have to use within a certain period of time, or for my service provider people, one of the more popular approaches, again, you can test this, is creating a 3-part video series, okay? So you'll see that there's usually these 3-part video series or these 3-part trainings or webinar, whatever the case may be. But automation means that you've already told the software that based upon somebody signing up for their email address, 3 days later, 7 days later, 10 days later, the computer sends a series of emails to them. Okay, and then they get looped into your email newsletter. So it's as if a person is doing all this stuff for you, but it's the software that's doing it. Is that clear for everybody? Okay. So with that said, if you sign up for MailChimp, okay, you log into your account and you see these tabs, right? Campaigns, templates, lists, reports, automation. Automation is just what I talked about. Campaigns is these names that we give the emails, right? So in this case, we might put together like a graduation campaign or maybe even a welcome to our newsletter list campaign, okay? Template. A template is a type of design that you can set up so every single time it's the same. You don't have to go into MailChimp every single time and put a header in, put a footer in. Literally, the template exists so that you just plug in the content in that middle photo.
Or change the photo, right?
Yeah, okay? So templates are a great tool. The reason why people like using templates is because you might save what? Time. And the expression this time is?
Money.
Time is money,
Consistent with your brain instead of kind of going on.
Yes, yes.
I do have one that I do adore me, which is a kind of a competitor. All of their emails are like exactly the same and so annoying.
Well, a template, so I'll show you how you can spruce up the template, or again, what it boils down to is how streamlined you want your operation to be, right? A lot of people focus on maybe changing up their Instagram photos. They're just like email, whatever, as long as it's going out, it's gonna be effective. Going back to those stats that Bilal said, perfect, right? Some of us, like I said, with regard to email, since it's permission-based, it's really important that we are captivating, that we give people some sort of like sneak peek or something that they're not seeing so you can switch it up, which might be your competitive advantage, right? So really quickly, let's go look at like 2 other emails you design really fast, and then we'll walk through how we might encourage you as a class to design the best email possible, right? Sure. All right, what about this one compared to the other one, you guys? Why?
There's graphics that catch me first.
Okay, but one at a time. Kelly, what?
There's graphics that catch my eye first.
Graphics that try first. Kelly, too?
That's the call back. Sign into your account.
Sign into your account. And is that clickable? Scroll over that. Let's see.
That is
Woohoo! All right. What else, you guys? Grace.
alternating colors for text.
Yes. Yeah. So what does that do for you as the reader?
Visually makes something stand out.
Yes. Perfect. What might we add to this? What could be missing from this particular? Wait, somebody who hasn't answered yet. What's missing from this?
Underwear.
Underwear picture. And do you sell just one pair of underwear, or?
Yeah. 2 pairs.
2 pairs each month. So do you think it'd be important to just show one picture of the underwear, or to show you the different types of underwear you can get? Different types?
Yes.
You all agree?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's inspirational and I want to buy it.
Okay.
What if it's not exactly the way you give it away?
Okay, so this is a great question to ask the class. One of her things is that her inventory often changes. So do you think it'd be misleading if she had a picture of underwear that's available in July that may not be available in August? How might she cover that objection or potential issue with her customer? What can she do with the tactic?
Just make a little note underneath it that says like, some example of what you might get, you know.
Yeah,
something-
subject to seasonality,
Yeah.
and
Just one that
availability. For us,
I was gonna say, if you did one image of just an example of the box and the total product, you can say the individual items per in each product, in each box, then you can say example of or something.
okay, so let's see, so this is an improvement, and let's see the last one really quickly. So now we're getting ideas what we want for this email that we're gonna create, right? Okay, so what does it say? Be a good friend, don't let your mates get caught in shitty undies. Successfully refer 2 friends, and your next month is on us. Refer friends for a free box. What do you guys think?
That's gone so far.
Your favorite one? It is. Why?
Exchange the photos by your.
Okay, what's missing from this? Himself. No porn, Alex, no porn. What's missing from this email?
A really obvious, like, go to the website, there's invite friends, but that's not as clear if people don't understand that, like, a button you might click through.
If you've never got an email from her, do you know what brand you're getting an email from? Why? What's missing?
SKUs.
The logo, the header, whatever we want to call it. Okay. So the other thing is free is a really powerful word. How many times do we see free in this email?
Twice, obviously.
Twice, okay? Actually, I see free, and then where's the other free?
1 month free in the picture, and then free box.
Well, guess what, people, there's a free up there too. Get 1 month on us. I would put it as many times as possible. Free, free, free to reiterate.
This is the one that is in the, just shows up there, or in.
That too, yeah.
So you'll have your subject and then the start email, is that what shows up there?
Yeah, what was the subject of this, by the way? Let's go back and see. Let's see what the subject was.
How did this come?
Yeah, let's look.
4.1 click, forget nothing.
Wow. So if you click on the report, it should tell us the subject line.
That's struggling for me because I'm paying a lot of money to have this referral program.
Get your next month free. So what could she have put in this subject line to help people know who's getting a month free from what? Free month of underwear from Skinny Nicks, right? Brand, real estate, okay? Again, this is just when you're starting out. So as you start to build up some familiarity, headlines become really important. One of your optional homeworks, if you will be to go through your inbox and look at all the crappy headlines that people send you. And I want you all to pick the one you hate the most, that was the least creative, that somebody was like, this is the best headline to send, so we can all stop crappy headlines because I'm over it, all right? Seriously. Take a look. There's some really weird, the worst ones are the RE. Like, I don't know who you are. You don't fall for that, but people do, right? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so the subject line was get your next month free. We've identified that the picture was awesome. You guys loved it. Free was awesome, but the brand, the logo was missing, okay? And again, tell us what you like better between this one and the other one. It was the photo, or what was it?
For me, that was the one without the photo. I didn't even know that was in there. I had no idea.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, in my head, it's going to all my subscribers, so I just assume that they all know.
Yeah, it's going back to this idea of plans that I had with the fashion, with the gym bags, right? We get 100 and, I was about to tweet it, 172 emails a day, might even be more than that. So let's not assume anything. Let's keep 122 emails a day. repetition is the mother of all mastery, repetition is the mother of all familiarity with your brand, okay? All right, so how do we set up now? The cool thing about this also validates what Bilal and I shared with you guys, and Alex has touched on this too. Every single thing that you do, you learn from. So what's interesting is subconsciously in her mind, she was learning with each email. The first one, what was your thought process perhaps with the first one?
Probably too much text.
Okay.
Just trying to say way too much more.
And what was the thought process with the second one then?
To make it clear and concise on bullet point things.
And then with your third one?
Just like saw something from Dollar Shave Club, and it's literally just a picture, and I was like, oh, it's so easy, I don't have to read anything. Just click, it's a picture, it's a message, and I'm out.
Okay, and so now by looking at all three of these, we're able to put elements of these things together. We didn't get the home run out the gate. I hardly get home runs out the gate. This is the process of marketing, right? So let's go to new campaign. How would I create a campaign? Are you guys following along? So if you want to create an email first, just to backtrack, sorry, let me just go back one. First, for those of you that have a database, okay, if you have not emailed them, as Bilal said, log into a Gmail for your business or whatever it may be and say, we are starting our newsletter. We'd love to have you subscribe. There's a way that you can create a form for your website through MailChimp. I will put tutorials, Alex, on Schoology with regard to how you get a MailChimp opt-in form on your website, okay? And you can even create a link. You can say, if you don't want to go to our website, click this link here to sign up. When somebody fills in that form, they will automatically get entered into a list, okay? You're going to start to categorize your list based upon where people come from. You're going to have a list of people that come from your website. Where else might you have a list of people come from? Online.
Social.
Social. Are all the social platforms the same? So you're going to have Facebook list, Twitter list, okay? Instagram list, because each of these things gives you a link in the bio. And in that link, you can either put your website or you can put the URL to sign up for your newsletter. Okay, YouTube, same thing. If you're going to use some video marketing, you do the same thing, YouTube list, okay? And then you're at least able to track who's coming from where. So we do that. Now we're going to get ready to actually message these people. We have to design the actual email, okay? So we go into create campaign. And see here, it gives us options, right? What do those options say? Okay, regular campaign. Send a lovely HTML email along with a plain text alternative. That's usually what we're going for, okay? Plain text, it literally means send a plain text email with no pictures or formatting. Given the shift that we've taken in the digital space, do you think it makes sense to send an email that doesn't have pictures or formatting? Okay, Miles, know why?
Usually, visual content tends to attract more clicks. And especially if you're working with e-commerce, you're going to want to show what the product is, or if you're doing a service, maybe a version of what's going on at your event or your service.
And so Stephanie says it depends because why?
Because if you're a service provider and you really want to establish kind of a, rapport relationship, make it feel like it's really personal, then you may just want to look like a normal email instead of like something that's going out. It's usually something with pictures and a lot of imagery and stuff. You know it's going out to a lot of people. It's not really a surprise. But I've had people, Florida is a great example, who you get an email from this woman and it's like, oh wait, she wrote this to me or is she actually mailing it?
But I will say in her email she does have a video, so we'll send you an example of she's got a free time video. Then we've got A/B testing, so you can test both. Professor Jacqueline is going to say, for now, starting out, if you have brand awareness as a big objective that your campaign is brand awareness, then guess what? Go for regular campaigns so that people start to familiarize your logo, your business name, and all that. And down the line, if you want, you can go to plain text, okay, once you have the subscriber base. All right, so we're going to select which? Yes, regular campaign.
Why not A/B testing? Just because we're not there yet.
Yeah, in order to A/B test, we really need First of all, we don't have permission to email these people yet, right? So we don't wanna go in and testing anybody. Alright, but we probably want maybe like 1,000 people, or we wanna be able to split the list, 500 to 500, and kind of.
Yeah, so by my email list is not part of it.
Right, okay. Yes.
Copy that.
Okay, come on now, Jen. There we go. Alright, so as like we said, you import your lists, okay? You can send to all of the same people at the same time, right? Or we can just pull.
I can just figure out how to do this later tonight.
Oh, awesome. So for the purposes of, we're gonna say to everybody, hey, we're sending out an email letter now. We're getting bare, whatever we want to say, we're taking it all off, I forgot. Which should we pick?
It would be active subscribers, because these are all ones from before.
Would you guys agree? Active subscribers, right? Remember, if they've never subscribed, unsubscribe, active subscribers. Okay,
Not all active. It says active, I labeled it.
we'll rename it. It's just for the. This is also why the way you name all these little details at the time, we're like rushing to get something out, and you're like, oh, what do I care what I name it? But it's like,
It's a big deal.
yeah, make sure you name it right from the get-go. Okay, so you don't have to go back and like figure out
What it
oh, crap,
means.
this is mixed people, whatever the case may be. Okay, so we'll just, for the purposes of putting this together, send the entire list. So you see how like straightforward it is so far, right? You don't have to be a graphic designer. I'll show you what comes next. Okay. Now, an even additional way to classify the information. What do we see on this box? What does the first thing say? So we just talked about what is this particular campaign that we're starting for her? What do we need these people to do? Or what are we letting them know?
Is this the click through?
The objective is to start what? What are we starting for her? Her newsletter, right? Her newsletter. So she's going to be sending them twice a month communication, all right? So you could name this campaign newsletter launch. So you know, okay, this is the launch of my newsletter, right? Email subject. All right, this is where brand and tone and all this stuff for each of our businesses comes into play. So you can like think about this after the fact, but if we're talking about underwear and free and friends and subscription and varying, what might we come up with as a headline? What?
Bare bottom deal.
Sure. All right. Bare bottom truth, getting down to it or something like that. Let's say bare bottom truth.
You're signing up for the newsletter?
So that's, yeah,
Newsletter.
This is why we're ideating. What can we put in that subject line that would help people understand what we're trying to communicate while also being in alignment with her brand? Bottom this, you know.
There's no offers in this one, it's just purely sign up.
It's purely just to let them know, hey, we're going to be emailing you.
You use a couple of things that we'll all talk about. Such as, what do people want to feel? Or what did Jason say? They want to feel.
Access exclusive or, but we're talking about the headline, like being able to be clear in the headline with regard to what they're getting, which is a newsletter now. They're going more frequent communication.
You should say the name.
Okay, perfect. Start with the name Skibby Nicks.
Great.
Naked news.
Even though it says from Skibbix.
Yeah.
Okay. So just
Just
say
not
no. Or like.
This is why headlines, believe it or not, are the hardest part.
This is like.
Like, read about the skibbies, so that it's kind of ambiguous, and you can be like, wow.
Okay,
And
read
then,
about your Skibby. So far, that's the strongest one, I think.
and then all of a sudden it just kind of introduces the newsletter, and so it's like, oh, it's.
Or like join the Skibby Drive or something like that.
Sign up to be a Skibby Mix VIP.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay.
Trying to get that exclusivity by signing up for this newsletter.
There's talking to a bunch of women right now to sign up for Skibby Mix VIP emotionally connect with you.
To be a
There's some
Skibby
true
Mix.
deal, like you have to Well, it just sounds very generic.
Like battle service.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so,
It's okay. So what you said thus far?
Read about your cities.
Read about your skivvies. Katie, what do you think? You're a writer. What would you say?
I like that.
Okay.
What was that?
Grace.
I think directs and commands work really well, and subject lines, I would just say sign up.
Sign up your bomb.
That's good. I like that.
Hey.
Sign up your bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign your stuff.
Yeah.
Now read about your skivvies could be maybe at the end or in the middle somewhere in the copy. Okay.
I like that.
Sign your ass up. Wow, that is really good.
Exclamation point.
Okay. From skivviness. Perfect. Okay, so now we move further along to the next.
You scroll down to the bottom, where it says tracking, there's a little box that says Google Analytics link.
Yeah, it's gonna
I'll that box.
Right.
It's right there.
Okay.
So then they don't have to have a certain tag on that, so you would have to hook up your Google Analytics account with MailChimp.
Okay, maybe that'll be the next thing that we do in lab on Wednesday. You guys walk you through how you sync Google Analytics and MailChimp. Okay.
But maybe, is it not really a paid thing? No, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Is it?
All right, so go to next. Sign your ass up. That is scary. Like, you're all good. Yes, we're talking about the fashion number. So here's the crazy thing, right? MailChimp, they want to make it very easy, very like intuitive for you. They want to make it very quick, okay? So you have a couple different options here with regard to templates. Meaning, what do we see here? One column, right? We've got text. What's that big gray box in the middle indicate? Image, okay? Photo,
Graphic.
and then more text, right? We've got a header, text, two pictures,
What's the
text.
difference between random text and normal, like?
It's the way it shows up.
Right.
See how this,
So like these two are essentially the same, but then there's that one, is that like a more stripped down one?
it's the reverse of the, see how those dots are in the white?
No, that's,
It's the reverse of the way the text is showing up.
yeah, I think so.
So this has like white space and then that gray box around it, okay? If you scroll down a little bit more, do any of these look
Exciting.
e-commerce captivating? I suppose would be the word.
Maybe more images if it's e-commerce.
Okay, so there's an option for you to create your own, okay? You can create your own. Should be.
Called you
Right
all.
here to the top up there.
I don't have a code button.
Oh, I see, sorry, that's great, ground. I think that would be, you just select it. So, I don't know which one you want.
Just go to, we'll just select some of the text and scroll to the bottom. That's fine.
About this.
Yeah, it should give us the options of pictures in there, yeah. And then see how over here on your right-hand side, you can literally add elements, right? So what do you think the first element that we need to add is based upon what we previously looked at from her emails?
A logo.
Logo. All right, so which of those would that be? Yeah, okay.
Or a header, whatever that may be.
So get rid of design, sorry, go on design. Yeah. Click in here.
I mean, I think you could, what I could do is just like that.
Oh yeah, there you go. All right, so drag your photo over. So it's called drag and drop functionality, where you literally drag the box that you need. There you go. So if you go back to, okay, so pictures, that's a little icon right here. But I mean,
Look outside that box of green right now.
look back here. So you guys scroll over top. See that pencil icon? Pencil means you're gonna edit. I was trying to drag those things. So which one of these is your header? I mean your logo. Okay, so upload. Oh, upload's good. Select. Okay, what do we want to add here?
URL.
Why?
Website.
Okay. You're all on the website, okay? The other thing is, wait 1 second.
Or if you want to go to the deals.
So
Or is it the
you wanna make
newsletter?
sure it opens up in a new window, okay? That was something I learned as like a rookie mistake. Where literally somebody would click on the email and they would be in the website and like not get back to being able to read the email. So you wanna make sure it opens up in a new email, so if they wanna actually go back to your content and read it or get the code or whatever it may be. Let's say she had put a special code and they click on the picture and it opens up in the email, they're gonna be like, man, I'm frustrated, forget this, right?
So even if she's trying to sign up, like get people to sign up for her newsletter, for the logo, you always put it back to your website.
Yeah, yeah, I would say that my standard rule of thumb is that any picture that you have, make it clickable somewhere. Okay, save and insert image. So now we have what,
Logo.
right? We need to get rid of this time to design your email, that'll go away.
So that logo, it has a URL.
That I think is really.
Yes,
Like
yes.
the header thing, I think that's.
Okay, Google was do that. So now we need to add some text, right? So we see like how it says drop content blocks here, so you can drag that one from the top and bring it down the middle. Yep, let's see this
If
drag.
it's responsive, it's good for anything phone, iPad.
Yeah,
Does it, so.
we'll send a test and then you can work on there.
Well, I know it was talking about the logo, whether or not you want to keep it exactly the way it is, or you may want it to be responsive, so.
Sure. All right, so here, what do we need to add that based on what we've learned from the other emails? What really helps get people's attention? An image, right? And we talked about if we have an image of the underwear, so our headline is
Sign your ass up.
sign your ass up.
Go nuts.
We need a picture of, okay? In regular product or skinny mix product? Okay, so let's just put a filler photo in there for now, so we can see what this looks like. Go where it says this is your text, there you go. We call that pencil icon. And then here's where you edit it, yeah, so you edit a photo there. So far, how many of you feel like you could do this on your own at home in MailChimp?
Wait.
Yeah, easy, okay?
It's more like editing than not doing.
Yeah,
It's like.
and honestly, you're gonna take some time to figure out what your template's gonna be, and the first time you do it, it's gonna take a little longer, but the more you go through it, it's a really easy process.
Now, question for you. With regard to linking here, does it make sense to link back to the homepage again? No, so where should we link?
Like her other picture where she had like get a free underwear, I'd write like sign up on over that picture maybe, so that you know for sure if you are hovering or clicking over that, it's gonna link to the sign up.
Sure, absolutely. So you put a different link in here, okay? Yes, Miles?
This is where landing pages come into sort of.
Sure, yes. If she had a landing page for the newsletter, yes, absolutely, landing page come into play here. All right,
So I'm gonna put in the URL, so we just go to YouTube.
so go, we're just gonna put a different, do you know what your forward slashes are? Your website is one like
To like
about
sign up or
or
subscribe.
page. Here you put your sign up box or whatever that URL that just people back. Like if you have a contact form on the site that says sign up, or we would make a landing page with that URL there. All right, so in the ideal world, that's what we do. Okay, so save and insert image. All right, does that work in terms of the fit?
No.
Right? So the picture works, but it's not adjusted, it's not sized accordingly. So if you click on the photo actually, you should be able to double click on it here. And you can adjust the size of the photo, all right?
Should probably get the size of the logo though first.
Does that still work? That works for you guys? Okay, cool. So then what's missing from here? That's the footer. We need some text with regard to what we're reading, right?
Yeah.
So we go over here. you can see where, the other thing is if you need to drag things, you click on that little box right there and it'll allow you to like move things around. All right, so now we've got our content box here. What do we need to say?
Starting to sign up.
Spread the news so you can spread your news. Not kidding. Trying to keep you guys awake.
What was that log up from?
Yeah, I know. So what could we say here? That's like, do we need a lot of text or no?
No.
What is like the most important thing that we need that we learned about tonight? There's an acronym for it.
Call to action.
CTA, call to action. So first, if we've never sent them a newsletter before, we need to say, sign your ass up for our newsletter. You can be redundant, right? We are going to feature, VIP referral programs.
We'll keep you covered.
Yeah, we'll keep you covered.
We'll keep bare essentials.
Is this like,
Maybe people who are subscribed get first look at what the products are every month.
Yeah, well, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's just, again, it's like if I count certain sizes, have certain colors. Yeah. But, yes.
Maybe somebody can be the Skinny Nick's inspiration of the month. I don't know.
could you give away like a free month to one of the people who signs up?
I have shirts and sit on the months.
Oh, then just
All right,
do that. Say
Give me a
like,
shirt.
sign up and be entered in a raffle to win a shirt or something.
Does this text size work?
No.
All right, so again, are any of you, do you have a bachelor's degree in design? Is this confusing? Is this user-friendly?
Yes.
Can you sign up for a MailChimp account and set up a template that you could share with our class perhaps to get this kind of feedback?
Yes.
If you're a no, that's okay. Who's my no's? Raise your hands. Okay, so what's confusing?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't sign up for it. And I'm gonna do it for
Oh,
Sorry.
a MailChimp, okay. Anybody else confused or no? It's okay.
Okay, we got this. Now, how do you do when the customer purchased something and it's sent a receipt or are you delivery?
There's
And-
all kinds, so save this and close, there's all kinds of stuff you can set up in here. Save this and close. To be continued. Everybody will be drinking coffee lots tonight.
So like purchase confirmation.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
just confirm.
go back to, you now save, go back to that little icon at the left of this corner. Sorry, like pointing on the screen so I can see it.
So you want to make the automation.
Or which email address will open up?
Oh, wait, go back to.
Oh, it's a page. Yeah. I have it on my list, so it looks like.
Not campaigns, like settings. Let's look at Stephanie. Is everybody cool with what we've seen with hers thus far?
Yes.
Questions, thoughts,
Not
comments?
necessarily a question, but like, so, like a newsletter, you said you have men also who have signed up and bought it. Like,
I have men.
or you have guys who
Yeah.
have like, signed it, so like, maybe,
How do I
like,
say that?
so the newsletter would be like, you can send out to your guys, like, hey, sign up and always know what to pick your girl, or whatever it is, like, and then.
Yeah, your man.
Actually, what I would like to know too is with that, I have this whole email list, I don't know how to segment that from, I have to put in all the information.
You're getting the email list from your shopping cart?
Yeah.
So this is why this idea of maybe creating a survey, right? You can go through and look at like names, and if you see Tim versus Tina, right, you can assume okay, this is male, this is female. But in this case, you might want to put together a survey that add these additional fields in MailChimp for you. We will talk about this offline just for the purposes of maybe, yeah, for time, okay? When the reason why we like MailChimp as well is because they have a lot of videos and training with regard to how to use the software, right? There's a lot of content and information. All right, so Stephanie, come on up. This is great.
Thank you.
Okay, so now tell us what you're showing us. So we just learned how to put together an actual email. And the next layer of using MailChimp is automation. Okay, automation. Honestly, gotta take
Yeah, so I think I'm grandfathered into the automation because I've been with MailChimp for years, right? So if you sign up for MailChimp today, in order to get automation, you have to pay. That was something that they did like a year or so ago. So, let me look at my thing here. Sorry. So this is a
Alright.
Use cable.
That is a deal.
Do we use this cable? If we plug it into HDMI, that should work.
Oh, I have
Do
the.
that setting for like your eyes at night.
Sorry, I can pause it for a minute so it doesn't look orange. Better for your eyes.
Why I'm wearing glasses.
There you go.
Woo, okay.
So I have a B2B business. I do a service. I'm a service provider for other business owners. So when they decide they're going to work with me, they get an automated, they basically get an automated email. So they purchase on my website and they get an automated.
So show us on your website first where this exists, because it's synced with her website, okay? She set up a mechanism for the MailChimp software to be on her website, all right? And we'll show you how it all works. So we're on her website now, right?
So they would click here. This actually, it's clunky. It takes them to my shop where they would then add that to a cart, check out with a credit card, check out with PayPal. I don't want to go through the whole thing, but essentially that's what they do. And then in my back end of my shopping cart, which is called WooCommerce, I sync that with MailChimp so that when their credit card processes and goes through, it automatically adds them to a specific list in MailChimp that I've specified, which is called New Customers.
So now we're gonna see where that list is.
So that list is,
Very easy icon to identify.
so here it is right here, it's called Brilliant CX Clients. That's that. And then they get added to the list, and then I have automation set up on that list in MailChimp, which means that the first time that a new name or new email address gets added to that list, it triggers an email to go out. So it's this whole sequence from shopping cart to adding them to the MailChimp list, and then once they get added to the list, they get pulled out to email.
So really quickly, I want to share why we do that, okay? We come up with a content calendar, right? And in that content calendar, typically we've got like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. A few people have already identified that you don't want to email the customers too much, right? You're like, so what happens is, this is the website, and you might have it set up so that somebody signs up for your list, and they don't get it till here, or maybe here, okay? Is that a lot of time or a little bit of time that's lapsed since the person signed up? It's a lot of time, right? So what we're proposing is that you have your website, you get someone to sign up, and right away they get an email. Automation, 3 to 5 days later, another email, okay? Then they get put into this. Which of the two do you think is more effective? Option 1 or option 2? Why, Valerie?
Getting them familiar with the product.
Yes. And remember, email is permission based. They gave you their name and their email address because they want to hear from you. And guess what happens? Okay, if they have to wait, typically when we sign up for something, are our needs immediate or less urgent? Immediate, okay? So if you have to wait to hear to find out about a product, service, sale, do you think that you're likely to actually buy that product, service, sale? No, by this point, you bought it from somebody else. Do you agree? Okay? So we're trying to get you comfortable with this idea of email is your friend and it's your customer's friend. And your customer has signed up to hear from you. Therefore, give them what they're asking for. This doesn't mean you email them every single day in the 30 days in the month. It doesn't mean you email them crap, right? But you have to go back to this idea of content and empathy. Okay? Any questions about this? We'll make sure to put some of the MailChimp videos and trainings if you want. This is a little bit, I'd like to see you guys get this going out the gate, like I said, to prevent this from happening. But first things first, this is new for a lot of people. So let's just even get this idea of a design and a newsletter going. So you can come back to the drawing board and say, is there anything I'm missing from this? Like you just saw with Brighton's email. Should I add anything? Do I have too much, too many photos, too many links, whatever the case may be? Okay? Any other questions, thoughts, comments with regard to this? Any clarifications? Any, oh my gosh, I don't think I even need to do this for my business, thoughts? That's okay, yes.
Well, I mean, it's just as an aside, but kind of like every time you do this email stuff, you also create your link. It's all synced up. And so, like, your branding on your email has to sync up with your branding landing.
I wanted to share that the most important place we're trying to push people back right now is the website, okay? We're going to learn about this concept of landing pages in the weeks to come, why they're significant. The majority of you either have a blog, website. If you don't have a blog, you have products on your website, okay? You want to push traffic back to your website. We want to see the effectiveness of this traffic to start. Then we'll build upon that with the idea of a landing page. Everybody cool with that? Yeah? Yes, Mom.
I don't know if you said it, I missed it, but is there like an industry benchmark, or is it go industry like the dates and times are to send a blast of the most effective rates? I've toyed with the different dates and it depends on what event for it's.
You know, so it's interesting. The industry benchmark used to be on Tuesdays.
Right.
And everybody sends their emails out on Tuesdays. So what I say is that you need to try a couple different days over a 30, 60, 90-day period. I have one client who was like, you know what, since everybody's blasting on Tuesdays, I'm going to send an email on Fridays for 1 month. I'm going to send an email on Sundays the next month. And I'll try emails on Wednesdays the next month. And I will take a look at each of those open rates and subject lines and see from there which was the best. I think, but also from a timing perspective, it depends where your customers are. So if you're dealing with people in California, okay, think about maybe early morning or perhaps even like sometimes at night. A lot of us will read our emails before we go to bed or whatever the case may be. But if you have East Coast business, if you're international, it's just something to take into consideration. Again, you can test it. You know, lunch breaks. This is why we go back to this idea of empathy. What is that person doing? And most of the brands that they're subscribed to, if they're getting 122 emails a day, when might be their downtime where they could possibly open up your email and you won't be competing with everybody else in their inbox? Lunchtime, you know, maybe like 4 o'clock, you know. You just have to test and try. There's a paid feature too, I think, in MailChimp, where you can send out based on time zone. So if you say it's sending at 9 a.m., it will send at 9 a.m. to everyone.
Yeah,
Right, so.
She was gonna ask them, I didn't want to ask you many questions.
It's asking many
I think
questions.
it's great. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions with regard to MailChimp? Or thoughts on this idea of email marketing? What would you say were your biggest takeaways tonight with regard to email marketing? What did you think about it coming into class this evening?
I just did it for so long before that it burned me out.
Okay,
Like,
sure.
It burns you out.
It's so
Like, you have to,
exhausting.
like, yeah, and like I was saying, for me, it's like a singular product. It's hard to don't necessarily to go back and do that again.
So I think, yeah, I mean, it might depend. It can be very taxing. That's why, again, we say start with something that you can actually do. If you can only do 2 times per month to get going, that's completely fine. Again, going back to this model here, once per month is a little dangerous, right? Because people have needs, and if you're only emailing them once per month to remind them, hey, we exist, they might go elsewhere for what you're providing. Don't hesitate to, again, sit down with people and say, I'm trying this out and this just isn't working, or what do you think I might be able to do, or, you know, we all get emails in our inbox, and like I said, everybody tonight, I want you to go home and look at like some of these really ridiculous email headlines that you're getting. And after a while, certain times we start to tune out the crappy ones, right? It is a numbers game too, just like anything else. When we think about that funnel, right? We had 3,000 people that we were pushing back to that website last week. And do you guys remember of that 3,000, how many actually converted into customers? 10, okay? So it's a numbers thing. So we're not trying to get 100% of your list, although that would be ideal to take action. We just need 5% or 10% of them, or 20% of them to take action. And maybe it's this idea of like the remarketing aspect. Maybe it's not even your regular subscribers, but if you have a remarketing type of service, it's that remarketing where you could say, hey, you left this in the shopping cart, or hey, you abandoned this webinar, sign up. Okay. All right. So we just had a couple more slides on like design and stuff like that. And I think for an in-class exercise, we're covered. How are you guys feeling about the subject matter? Yeah? Do you see how this makes sense too with regard to building upon Google Analytics, being able to actually track, right, if you're emailing traffic back? Other slides we had left from a design standpoint. And I think the most telling thing for tonight was this idea of the ice cream cone and the catalog type, right? And not making assumptions. All right, so if you pull up slide 39, pretty much this is just what we were talking about, tailoring and testing your marketing emails, subject line, formal versus informal call to action. We literally had an exercise with that tonight in class, right? We were like, read about skivvies or whatever, and then it was no, sign your ass up, all right? Email body, we went through that. We went through 3 different versions of how the email body can evolve. So we've talked a lot about this tonight. Do you have new getting active users, going for more local users, whatever the case may be? And then your timing. We emphasized why this idea of timing is really, really, really important, okay? Come on, computer, work with me. Okay. So this is just now more review for us. An email should contain a clear call to action. You agree? Why does it need to have a clear call to action? What? Reader knows what they need to do. You all agree the reader knows what they need to do, okay? So thank you, you've been added to our mailing list. Shop now. What's the call to action there? Perfect, okay. Design should be consistent with your brand regardless of the email type. We all agree with that, correct? If she would have put a picture of Victorian ladies in some like you know, frilly hats and underwear, would that have been in line with her brand and everything? Okay, right? Again, design should be consistent. We all agree with that. 2016 data shows 55% of emails are now opened on a mobile device. So we've emphasized the importance of making sure that your sites and your emails are mobile friendly, and that you do what before you send your email out to your list? Test it. All right. You already took a break. 4 slices of the email pie, okay? I really love this visual. What's the first one? And what does campaign mean again? What we're doing, right? Sure. Is that what's our theme? What's our objective here? Katie, what do you think when I say campaign? What comes to your mind with regard to email? What might you do for ISO?
Right now, we're working on a graduation campaign.
Perfect. All right, so it'd be graduation, okay? Creative is what? Yes, what it looks like, okay? What our images are, do we include our logo or not? What do our photos need to look like? Do our photos need to have text overlay, no text overlay, okay? What about technology? What does technology mean now that you're familiar with technology? The platform, okay? The platform. What email provider are you going to use to actually make sure you get your email out? And then analytics does what? Yes, allows us to measure and track, okay? So the who, when, and where, regular versus a more sophisticated program, defining your objective and defining your audience, okay? This is just more of what we've covered. So again, more of what we've covered. Analytics, we looked at open rate. We saw an example of that tonight, okay? Click-through rate, we saw an example of, right? Click to open rate, we did see with regard to her example where she had a 0. Why was there 0? No link, right? And maybe prior to class last week, we would have thought, wow, an open rate of 40% is great, but now we've learned that open rate is just one piece of data. You need open rate and you need click to open rate to tell you the full story of what's going on. What was bounce rate again from tonight? So bounce rate on a website is how many people bounce off the first page. In email marketing, bounce rate means what? Undeliverable, right? Hard bounce versus soft bounce. Soft bounce meaning maybe that there was some issue that, you know, a server went down or someone didn't pay for their hosting. Hard bounce is that they're like, I don't want to hear from you anymore, I unsubscribed, okay? Which is the last piece there, unsubscribe rate. We did our in-class activity. All right, Bilal gave us all these metrics. On slide, oh Lord, what number is this? 57, here's some benchmarks with regard to click to open rates per industry. Okay, feel free to take a look at this. Those are applicable to us. Consumer products, the mean is 16.8% click to open rate, okay? Retail, 14.3%. Insurance was the weakest performer. And the strongest was actually, which one? Oh, sorry, it's so small. Computer software and online services, right? Computer software and online services. So take a look at this on your own time between now and Wednesday. All right. We are going to start to build on this idea of the URL builder. We just saw a shortcut for email. What we will do on Wednesday is walk through before class in our lab how you sync your analytics account in Google with MailChimp. Everybody cool with that? Okay, and I'd like for you guys between now and Wednesday to start to play around with what your first newsletter might look like, okay, so that you can share it with the class. Plan, create, and track your email marketing. So these are various, besides MailChimp, platforms that you can use, all right? The reason why we like MailChimp, like I said, is because it's free up to, I think it's like 5,000 subscribers or 2,000 subscribers. Okay, free up to 2,000 subscribers. That's a lot of emails. It's a lot of email addresses that you can send out without having to pay for, okay? Let's see. So recap. What does the first thing say? Clear call to action, and why is that? What does the text say below? Yes, if somebody has to ask themselves, what do I do now? They are probably going to leave, okay? What's the next one? A/B test. We're gonna start to get into that, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm contemplating whether Wednesday's class should be Facebook marketing or actually A/B testing so that you can get familiar with this, because you A/B test your Facebook ads, you can A/B test a lot of things, and fine-tune your marketing messaging and all that stuff. What's the third thing? Optimize for mobile, and last but not least, segment. Everyone should not get the exact email. How many of you were ice cream cones? Raise your hands. How many of you were the actual product pages? All right, power of segmentation, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our email class. We will update the homework in Schoology because we've tweaked it given what we talked about tonight. Now is the time where you fill out your exit ticket. It's not this link. So you need to go back into Schoology to get the exit ticket. All right. This was lesson
Module 6. Email marketing.
7.
Module 7.
Yes, module 7, email marketing. All right.
Here's a fancy stat for you. In 2016 thus far, 55% of all emails opened on mobile phone. 55% of all emails.
Yeah.
Look at that on the slide.
Oh, maybe it was. There you go.
Please drive it home.
That's good. Try it.
Please fill out your exit tickets before you go. No more doing them at home, because she was like, she being my boss, Robin, everybody's writing in all these different things. You have to make sure you tell the students what lessons it is. I was like, okay. Yes.
Where is it?
In Schoology, oh Lord.